What is up, you guys? My name is Mod Main. Today I'm gonna be reacting to guys, this is a double feature, guys. So yeah, the first video I'm gonna be reacting to is 10 people who got banned from Disney World. Yeah, this is gonna be the first video I'm gonna be reacting to for the double feature videos and slash top 10 videos. So yeah, got it, guys. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So you got that, guys? So yeah, yes, I am gonna. This is also a 115 video special. Got that, guys? Yes or no in the comment section down below. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, playing this in 3, 2, 1, play.
Princess impersonation, fairy costumes gone wrong, and a Santa Claus lookalike. These are 10 people who got banned from Disney World. Number 10, hairspray troubles. Nobody likes to pay for stuff because nobody likes it when their money finishes. That's why this first offender will probably just make you laugh hard. Blake Lively is one of the sweethearts of Hollywood, but it seems like she had her fair share of childhood adventures, including being banned from Disney. That's right, she was kicked out of the happiest place on earth. Before you panic, you might want to know that this incident happened way back when she was 6 years old. Before she became a superstar and mom, Blake and her brother were trying to scam free entry into the park by using hairspray to transfer hand stamps from strangers onto their own hands. It turns out that when you use hairspray on the stamp used to get entry into the park, you can cause the ink to get wet enough to transfer to someone else. Would you be shady enough to pull this off? Sadly, the security found out about this, and the siblings were given a 1-year ban from the park. That sounds about fair. Number 9, controversy in paradise. Disney World is one of the safest places ever. That's why it takes guest safety very seriously and tries to make sure everyone that comes in behaves themselves. That's also why their anti-gang and no loitering on park property policies are so strict. That's awesome of them. One evening, some football recruits were accused of refusing to leave the park after employees had asked them to. When confronted with park officials, the group showed them movie tickets for a film they had started earlier, so security told them to go either watch the movie or leave the park. When they refused, they received lifetime bans from the park. People came out to say it was because of all the teens in this matter were black. That's a strong accusation, isn't it?
Wait.
This is when people accuse Disney of being racist, because reports had shown that 45 out of 46 people receiving a lifetime ban were black or Hispanic. The ban was later lifted, but the damage was done already. Number 8, sports star smackdown. Ever seen a hockey game? Hockey fights on ice aren't very shocking, but when one of the players gets kicked out of Disney World for fighting, you kinda have to take notice. Darren Kramer, who played for the Manitoba Moose, took several bowling pins from a Disney display and refused to return them. I wonder what he wanted them for. Darren was at the park with a friend who identified himself as Corbin, who told the security that he won the pins fair and square. He yelled to Corbin to run, and while he did so, Darren began fighting with the police officer, and that went bad very quickly. The officer was forced to use his taser on Darren. The player eventually got to court and was charged with grand theft, the battery of a law enforcement officer, and resisting arrest. All these for some pins? Not so wise, buddy. If you think these were priceless, now we're gonna take a look at an unruly officer, a fake policeman, and a criminal dad joke. Number 7, drunk and reckless. Disney is the perfect place to enjoy your childhood and eat a whole lot of junk food. For some adults, that isn't nearly enough. A graduate of the Naval Academy, Austin Van Hill visited Disney World with some of his fellow recent graduates to celebrate. Austin took a lot of alcohol and ended up being charged with aggravated battery and 2 counts of battery because he got in a huge fight. Nobody knows what caused it, but he punched 2 male park employees and attacked a female park employee with a piece of PVC pipe. Danger alert. Thankfully, his friends and colleagues were there to assist and tackled Austin to the ground before he could do any more damage. In a statement, officers that came to respond to the scene described the perpetrator as very intoxicated. Goodbye forever, Austin. Number 6, impersonating an officer. A lot of people dream of being police officers when they grow up, but pretending to be one at Disney World is apparently something that can get you arrested. At Disney World, Kristen Yarash entered the park wearing a shirt that read Police Treat Crime Unit. The shirt was a gift from his father, who coincidentally was a police officer, and even said he had worn it to the park before without receiving any complaints. This time, employees at Disney World confronted him and told him to either change his shirt or leave the park. What would you do at that point? He tried to ask questions about the policy, and the answer made him an offer to go to a nearby store and get a new shirt so he could continue to have fun with his family. When he got to the shop, there were police officers there who asked him to not bother coming back. That's when his family got angry and said they would never come back even if they were wearing the correct outfits. I don't think they overreacted, do you? Number 5, bad jokes. There are so many different types of jokes, and it seems you have to be careful about the type you tell at Disney World. The most dangerous ones? Dad jokes.
Please be a 9/11.
They can embarrass you, make you roll your eyes, and get you banned from Disney World for life. David Swindler and his family were staying at a great resort at Disney World and were having so much fun on their trip that they decided to stay even longer. It was taking an employee a while to find him and his family an available room, and that's when he did something terrible. David joked that he could have built a meth lab in his room before he got service. He thought it was funny, but nobody was laughing. Tough crowd, right? This joke got his room searched, his family kicked out of the resort in Disney World, and of course a trespass order from Disney banning him for life. Do you think that's fair enough? I don't think so. Number 4, a grand mess. When you're a celebrity, there are a lot of people watching your every move, and nobody forgets your mistakes. That's why we're not surprised that Ariana Grande's brother, Frankie James, got kicked out for a silly stunt he pulled. He's probably pretty embarrassed as to why he was asked to leave while enjoying himself at the Disney World piano bar.
Oh no.
While he was there, the song Blurred Lines came on, and Frankie just couldn't resist it. He started to dance in a way that wasn't totally kid or family friendly. Looks like Disney has a very strict policy against stuff like that. Disney has more rules than school. Because they kicked him out of the park, the star took to Twitter and sent out a whole lot of angry tweets saying that he was being discriminated against and was in danger of being arrested due to his behavior. So not cool, dude. Disney ignored him because they had better things to worry about, and Frankie said he learned his moves from Miley Cyrus, who was a Disney star. The irony. Starting now, things get serious. It's now time to look at the banned Santa Claus, a sad princess, and a banished fairy. Number 3, no Santa Claus allowed.
No Santa Claus allowed.
Raise your hands if you never got a gift from Santa. There's probably nobody who can say that. Santa is loved all over the world for bringing joy and gifts to kids. Everywhere except at Disney World.
Ooh.
Disney has a couple of policies that restrict what you wear and do it for good reason. But I think their Santa Claus policy is pretty ridiculous. Thomas Tilbert from Atlanta, Georgia, was on vacation with his family when other guests at the park realized something strange. Mr. Thomas looked exactly like Santa Claus, from his red cheeks to his white beard. Santa Claus's look-alike is real after all. In the park's defense, in real life, Mr. Thomas Tilbert is actually an actor who has recently acted as Santa when Christmas came around. But this time he didn't even act like Santa. All he did was look like him. The employees asked him to try to look a bit less Santa-ish, but that was impossible. That's when Mr. Tilbert and his family were asked to leave the grounds. Sounds way too harsh, doesn't it? Number 2, fairy trouble. Don't you just love fairies? Their tiny wings and amazing powers make them look so lovely. Well, except for Tinkerbell, who looks dreadful when she's angry. Maybe that's why she got kicked out of Disney World. Okay, so Tinkerbell from the magical world of Peter Pan did just get kicked out, but even her fairy dust couldn't help her look-alike, who was. 15-year-old April Steelman had saved up for months to visit the iconic park, but she was ejected from the park for one simple reason: her Tinkerbell costume. Crazy, right? All she wanted was to make her boyfriend have a great trip, but accidentally impersonating a Disney character at the park is very clearly a crime. Honestly, Disney doesn't allow adults to wear costumes of any character, and for good reason. Kids could get confused and not know the park employees. April might have been a teenager, but she was seen as too big, and they couldn't let her walk free. I guess giving her a t-shirt made up for it. Now on to the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1, banished princess. Disney princesses are the most popular cartoon characters in the world. Who doesn't know Cinderella, Belle, and all the others? The sad part is that when you visit Disneyland, you aren't allowed to dress up as any of the Disney princesses while at the park. A lady named Natasha Narula learned the hard way that competing with a Disney princess is a no-no. On her birthday trip to the park, she decided to wear a wedding dress, Minnie Mouse ears, and a birthday badge to the park. I don't think any princess has that outfit, but she still got in trouble. While she walked around the park having fun with her child, an employee told her that her outfit was too confusing for the other children and she would have to leave. Yikes! Natasha was very humiliated because it was pretty clear that she wasn't exactly a Disney brand princess. Plus, another employee had told her over the phone that her outfit would be just fine. You might want to leave out any dresses just in case, especially that Elsa costume you had planned. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.
People can quit and still be fixing breakfast.
Alright guys, now we're going to be moving on to the second video. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're on to the second video. It's called 15 Most Dangerous Playgrounds Ever. Alright guys, so yeah. Now we're playing this in 3, 2, 1, play.
Sudden drops, high-speed merry-go-round, and a barricaded slide. These are the 15 most dangerous playgrounds ever. Part 2. Number 15, Giant Canyon Swing. Amusement parks have such amazing rides, and some of them can quickly get too intense. Have you ever been on one of those pendulum ones? They swing you back and forth, and by the time you come down, you probably want to puke. That's a bit scary, right? However, this swing here is even scarier. This giant canyon swing was set up at the edge of a cliff in the Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. This very fast swing almost makes you feel like you're flying over the cliff. Even the tiniest thing going wrong could kill everybody on it. Yeah, I think I'll sit this one out. Number 14, Subterranean Playground. Every child across the world loves to play. Whether white or black, rich or poor, children love to have fun. Sadly, not all children can have as much fun outside because of how unsafe their countries are. Syria has been at war for years, and no parent wants their kid to be in danger, even while playing with their friends. Your parents definitely want you to grow and play in a safe environment. This playground in Syria is as safe as it gets because it was built underground. The designers of this playground turned cellars and basements into indoor play spaces filled with toys and a couple of small rides. It's a pretty great idea, but it could go terribly wrong if something happened to the building. We hope Syria gets safe enough for children to play anywhere. Number 13, Nagasaki School Park. In a school in Japan, the kids weren't playing outside as much as they used to. With Xboxes, PlayStations, and TV, more children stayed indoors and played video games. But not this guy. He enjoys playing outdoors so much he created the craziest playground. An architect named Sabino Seki decided to design an ultimate playground. It was an awesome design, the first of its kind, with nets, climbing spots, and even a fireman's pole to slide down. There was just one problem. It was at the top of a multi-story building. I could think of 1,000 ways this could go wrong. I'll pass, thank you very much. Number 12, Xing Shang Amusement Park. Have you ever been to Disneyland? This fairy tale theme park is the stuff of dreams. Some children and adults even make their lifelong wish to go to Disneyland. It's a magical place with all your favorite Disney characters and real-life castles. Meanwhile, in China, there's a place called Xingxing Park that's pretty much a copycat Disney park. The park has all the regular Disney facilities and events, plus a number of Jurassic Park dinos. This might sound like fun, but the designers of this park were so busy copying Disney that they forgot to make the rides safe. If you ever get to China, make sure not to get on these rides. Number 11, Cement Land. This is one of the playgrounds that's been shut down by the government, and quite frankly, it was the best thing to do. The former cement factory has too many facilities that can make you bleed from serious injuries. Quick tip, don't visit this playground for whatever reason. For the longest time, this site was a dump until a man named Bob Castley decided to build a park. The man built this park, but after a couple of improvements, everything stopped when he died in 2011. His body was found beside a bulldozer in the amusement park, and that's when the park got closed down. Due to how scary and abandoned this place looks, many people think Bob's ghost still haunts the place. If you aren't scared of ghosts, perhaps you can give this place a visit. If you think these were dangerous, now we're going to take a look at a park that's scary at night, a playground in Estonia, and a park that tries to recreate the Titanic. Number 10, Monkey Business. Monkeys are so cute. Just look at Curious George. He definitely looks so cuddly. There are a lot of cute monkeys in so many cartoons and movies. They never look weird, provided they have a body and a face. Have you ever thought of how weird a monkey would look like without a body? Just his head dangling in the air? This next playground has monkeys in its decor, but nobody wants to be on it once night falls. That's because the monkeys have only their heads floating around in the dark playground. Are you bold enough to stay here at night? I bet you'd run back home in an instant. Number 9, Bag Jump Activity Center. Airbags are a pretty great invention. They help keep you safe in an accident and prevent you from suffering from bad injuries. Even firefighters use them while rescuing people stuck in burning houses. What isn't too fun is using airbags as a playground toy. That sounds a little too dangerous. In Estonia, a place called the Bag Jump Activity Center had all types of bags and trampolines for jumping. The most dangerous one was at the bottom of a 52-meter high crane platform. If you ever get on this one, you might come out with a broken neck. Number 8, Titanic Slide. Everybody knows what the Titanic was about, don't you? The Titanic was a huge ship that sank in 1912, killing so many people.
Whoa.
Despite being a very old story, the story of the Titanic still pushes many to tears. But some designers believe it is right to make a joke out of the situation. They decided that it was the perfect inspiration for a playground toy. This Titanic bouncy castle is probably not the safest because of the angle it's bent to. The playground contraption just may cause kids to slip, slide, and get injuries. It kind of looks fun, but very dangerous, so watch out. Number 7, water slide on top of a mall. Malls are fun places to get your favorite items, and also a great place for your favorite candy. Do you like to shop? Maybe you'd want to go on a water slide placed on top of a mall. No, me neither. This water slide was constructed on top of a mall, and the danger levels are pretty huge. You could go flying off the slide, or the slide could even break and fall into the building. I wonder why they thought this was a good idea. It just seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Blue, red, and yellow.
I'll show you what I built today.
Guys, this double feature is also sponsored by
Zeta,
both TikTok and
the mysterious
Webtoon.
alien
Yeah.
roommate. Likes video games, pancakes, drawing,
Yes, I
and
am.
hanging out with the roomie Cade. They're strictly friends, though. No exceptions. Right?
Skip this ad. No, not,
I wonder why they thought this was a good idea. It just seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Number 6, Teeth Bouncy Castle.
Teeth bouncy.
Bouncy castles can be so fun and yet so dangerous. You get to jump and bounce, and the greatest part is they're adult friendly. That's why they're my favorite. The only problem is you could also fall and lose a tooth. That'd be super weird in this bouncy toy because it's already shaped like a mouth with teeth. Actually, it's shaped like a mouth with teeth in between a pair of legs, and that's just creepy. But I still might just try it out. Number 5, Trinity Play Park. This one takes us all the way back to the 1910s. This park is pretty scary because what kind of designer thought this was safe for children? Just like any other park, it had slides, ladders, and monkey bars, except they looked pretty unusual. Trinity Play Park had ladders that firefighters could use, bars that were so far off the ground, but something was particularly strange. The children were not scared of the high poles. I wonder why the government allowed this back then, because this would be immediately closed down today. Would you want to try it out? Number 4, hand-built water slide. Water slides can be very dangerous, even when we're told that they're safe. Even without the twists and turns, water slides can put anyone in quite a bit of danger. That's why it takes special engineers to build one. So imagine how dangerous one built by hand would be. A couple of teenagers constructed a water slide that transports them to the end of the slide. While this seems pretty normal, something was awfully dangerous about it. The slide moved at an incredible speed and then had to fly over a barricade to reach the other side. There's no doubt that this slide is very dangerous. They could either make it to the other side or land on some poor foam mats in between. Would you ever try this? You could definitely count me out. Starting now, things get serious. We're gonna look at slides that can kill you, an electric merry-go-round, and a slide that isn't really a slide. Number 3, barricaded slide. Many slides on playgrounds are sloppy and made from plastics, which makes them safe for you. But if you go down the slide at a very high speed, things can get rough if the slide is poorly built. This slide in Poland has 4 hills, is made of aluminum, and is very poorly designed. Danger alert! It's created in a way that makes sure that anyone who plays on it would either bounce up and down the slide or completely fly off and break a leg. Would you want to ride on something like that? I guess you want to keep all your legs intact, huh? Number 2, Centra Fury. Did you ever play on the merry-go-round as a child? I did, and every single time I was always dizzy afterwards. Many other kids who played on the merry-go-rounds were also dizzy, and a few of them would puke. Today, that's why most playgrounds don't have them anymore. If you think merry-go-rounds are dangerous, check out this next thing. The Centra Fury was created by Red Bull for a competition and is pretty much the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. The competitors press an accelerate button to start, and the machine keeps spinning round and round until someone takes their hand off the button, which means that they give up. This thing can get really fast enough to look like a spinning fan. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1, sudden drop. Usually there's a perfect angle to building slides. They were created that way so you can slide down without too much stress and still come to the bottom without getting injured. But this particular slide doesn't care too much about how you land or about your safety. Not only does this slide look like it was built in the wrong way, it's a bad move for anyone who chooses to go on it. For you to get to the bottom of the slide, you have to slide straight down, and you could probably break a bone in your butt, or even your legs. Whenever you see this, be sure to take your eyes off and walk away. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.
No, don't like that. Anyways, guys, hope y'all enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on all post notifications. And, yeah. Hope you guys have a great night. Bye-bye. What's going on? Huh? Sorry about that, guys. No need to waste your guys' time. Off.